Have you ever stopped and wondered if the big three were dropped into the Pokemon world and what teams would they actually have? Now, before the comments explode, I'm not building the strongest competitive teams. I'm building the teams that fit them, their personalities, their values, and their fighting styles. To keep things fair, every member of the big three gets 6 Pokemon. 1 starter from any region, 1 legendary Pokemon, and 4 other Pokemon that perfectly represent who they are. Some of these picks are probably exactly what you're expecting, while others might have you questioning my sanity. So grab your Pokédex, prepare your angry comments, and let's build the perfect Pokemon teams for the big three. Let's start with the future king of the pirates himself, Monkey D. Luffy. When building Luffy's team, I wasn't looking for the strongest Pokemon. I was looking for Pokemon that embody freedom, loyalty, adventure, and that reckless attitude of charging headfirst into danger with a smile on their face. Now for the starter, I had to go for Infernape. I mean, if you really look at it, it's literally a monkey that refuses to stay down. Infernape is known for its relentless fighting spirit, constantly pushing past its limit, no matter how impossible the battle looks. Does that sound familiar? Just like Luffy, it doesn't rely on complicated strategies. It overwhelms opponents with speed, determination, and pure heart. Out of every starter Pokemon, Infernape feels like the one Luffy would instantly become best friends with. Next up is Snorlax. Let's be honest, if there was one Pokemon Luffy would never leave behind, it'd be the one that eats absolutely everything. These two would probably bankrupt every restaurant they visit and put Sanji in the hospital. But Snorlax isn't just comic relief. Beneath the lazy exterior is an absolute powerhouse capable of incredible feats when it finally gets moving. It's basically Pokemon's version of Luffy. Now here's a pick that I think is criminally underrated. Palafin. Most of the time it looks like an ordinary dolphin, but when it's time to protect others, it transforms into an incredibly powerful hero. That perfectly mirrors Luffy. He's usually an idiot who just wants to eat meat and have fun, but the second his friends are threatened, he becomes one of the most intimidating people in the whole show. For the 4th slot, I'm choosing Amphibian. This one isn't about power, it's more about personality. Amphibian is playful, mischievous, energetic, and constantly moving around. Its oversized hands even resemble Luffy's exaggerated stretching attacks, making it feel like something straight out of the Gum Gum fruit. Annihilate. Now Luffy isn't an angry character most of the time, but whenever someone hurts his crew, insults his dreams, or threatens innocent people, there's a switch that flips. Annihilate represents the unstoppable determination. Once it's committed to a fight, it simply refuses to back down, no matter what the challenge thinks. Once Luffy decides someone has to be beaten, he's seeing that fight through to the end. And the legendary that I've picked for Luffy is none other than Koraidon. Not because it's the strongest legendary, but because it perfectly represents what Luffy values most: freedom. Koraidon is a Pokemon built around exploration, traveling the world, and forging its own path. It's adventurous, fearless, and always moving forward, just like the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates. Next up, we got the 7th Hokage himself, Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto's team wasn't built around raw power, it was built around perseverance, loyalty, protecting others, and never giving up, no matter how impossible the odds seem. Every Pokemon here reflects a different part of Naruto's journey, from the village outcast to the hero of the Hidden Leaf. For the starter, it's so obvious, it's Greninja. It's a ninja. I could possibly end the explanation there, but it goes deeper than that. Greninja fights with incredible speed, precision, and strategy. Much like Naruto, he matures throughout the series. On top of that, its signature bond transformation with its trainer mirrors one of Naruto's greatest strengths, forming deep connections that unlock new power. Whether it's Kurama, Jiraiya, Kakashi, or Sasuke, Naruto's biggest victories always come through trust and the bonds he builds with others. If any starter Pokemon was destined to stand beside a Hokage, it's Greninja. The next choice I almost picked itself, Ninetales. Naruto's entire story is intertwined with a Ninetales fox. Kurama with Ninetales isn't a one-to-one replacement. It captures the elegance, mystery, and overwhelming power of a legendary fox spirit. At first, people fear both Naruto and Ninetales because of the power they possess, but over time the fear gives way to understanding. It's a great parallel to Naruto's relationship with Kurama and their world-changing views of him. Then we have Lucario. Aura is probably the closest thing Pokemon has to chakra. Lucario can sense the emotions and intentions of others, something Naruto becomes exponentially good at throughout the series. More importantly, Lucario is fiercely loyal and always fights to protect those it cares about. That's the very core of Naruto's character. He's never chasing power for himself, he's fighting for his friends, his village, and the people who believe in him. For the fourth slot, I chose bravery. Bravery represents courage, leadership, and inspiring others to follow you. Naruto started as a kid nobody respects, but through sheer determination, he earned the value of trust of an entire village before eventually becoming Hokage. Bravery perfectly symbolizes that rise from underestimated outsider to respected leader. Now here's a Pokemon that deserves more love. Poliwrath. Naruto isn't just known for flashy jutsu, he's an incredible hand-to-hand fighter, constantly mixing taijutsu with shadow clones and Rasengans to overwhelm his opponents. Poliwrath embodies that relentless close quarters combat style. It's physically tough, refuses to quit, and keeps getting back no matter how many it takes, just like Naruto himself. Legendary. For Naruto's legendary, I chose Zygarde. At first glance, you might expect something like Rayquaza or even Solgaleo, but Zygarde fits Naruto's role far better. Zygarde exists to maintain balance, step in whenever the natural orders is threatened. That's essentially Naruto by the end of the series. He's no longer fighting just for the hidden leaf, he's protecting the entire shinobi world, preserving peace for future generations. Naruto's greatest strength was never the Ninetales, it was his ability to unite people who hate each other and end generations of conflict and bring balance to a broken world. That's exactly why Zygarde is the perfect legendary to stand beside the 7th Hokage. Lastly, we have Ichigo Kurosaki. Unlike Naruto and Luffy, Ichigo never wanted to be a hero. He was chasing a title, a dream, or some grand ambition. Every fight he took was for one reason: to protect the people closest to him. Unless he disrespected him, then that's a different story. That's exactly what this team represents. Duty, inner conflict, loyalty, and overwhelming power hidden beneath calm exterior. For the starter, I chose Samurott. But the Hussein, his Swain version. This Pokemon feels like it was made for a Soul Reaper. Disciplined swordsman with a darker, more ruthless edge than its original form, mirroring Ichigo's growth throughout Bleach. While Samurott carries itself with composure, it can become absolutely devastating the moment the battle begins. That balance between calm resolve and explosive strength is exactly what makes Ichigo such a compelling protagonist, in my opinion. Next is Cerulege. Honestly, this one barely needs an explanation. It's a ghost-type warrior that fights with blades forged with spiritual energy. If there was ever a Pokemon that looked like it belonged in the Growth Side 13, it's Cerulege. Its design screams Soul Reaper, making it one of the easiest picks on this list. Then we have Aegislash. Ichigo's identity is inseparable from Zangetsu. His sword isn't just a weapon, it's the physical manifestation of his power and a key part of who he is. Aegislash perfectly captures the idea. It's a sentient blade that chooses its wielder and rewards those it deems worthy. Much like Ichigo's relationship with Zangetsu, it's a partnership built on trust rather than simple ownership. For the fourth slot, I'm choosing Hisuian Zoro. This Pokemon was born from resentment and suffering, making it a great parallel to Ichigo's hollow powers. Throughout Bleach, Ichigo constantly struggles with the darkest side of himself, fearing that if he loses control, he'll become the very thing he fights against. In other words, he'll lose himself entirely. Zoroark embodies that conflict, a powerful spirit shaped by pain, but capable of incredible strength when understood rather than rejected. Next up is Absol. Despite its reputation, Absol isn't a villain. It appears before disasters to warn people of impending danger. Yet it's often misunderstood and blamed for the catastrophic it predicts. Ichigo spends much of the series carrying responsibilities that most people never even knew existed. He protects the world from threats hidden in the shadows, often without recognition or appreciation. Like Absol, he's misunderstood despite constantly trying to save others. The legendary I'm giving Ichigo Kurosaki is Darkrai. Now, I know some people would probably expect Giratina here, but Darkrai fits Ichigo way better. Darkrai isn't evil, it simply can't escape the darkness that surrounds it. Wherever it goes, people experience nightmares not because it wants them to, but because of the nature of its power. And that's almost identical to Ichigo's journey. His Hollow, his Quincy heritage, and his Soul Reaper powers constantly pull him in different directions. Spends much of the series wrestling with his fear that the darkness inside him might consume him. But instead of running from it, Ichigo learns to accept every part of himself. That's why Darkrai isn't just the strongest bit, it's the most meaningful one. Looking at this team as a whole, every Pokemon reflects a different side of Ichigo. Swordsmanship, the protector, the misunderstood outcast, the warrior battling his inner demons, and the man who ultimately accepts every part who he is. If Naruto's team is built on hope, and Luffy's team is built on freedom, then Ichigo's team is built on identity. And if this video does well, maybe next time we will build teams for the villains, Madara, Aizen, Blackbeard. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next upload. It helps the channel more than you probably realize, and every bit of support lets me make bigger and better videos for you guys. As always, I've been Ecchi Sensei, stay cultured, and I'll see you all in the next lesson.